Hello and welcome to this week's episode of John Sequitur. Yes, I changed the name, and yes, I said this week. I am lazy. That's it. So, I was given a lot of topics to choose from this week, and I decided I would do 3 of them. I was actually given more than 3. So we're going to start with porn actors and actresses who name themselves after actual actors and actresses. I totally don't know anything about this. And I'm not lying and it's not because I'm going to sit here and tell you that I don't watch porn. It's that I don't actually know the names of the actors and actresses. Look, I can tell you this much about porn. If you go to Florida as an actress, a porn actress, you're going to have a shitty time. If you go to California, you find the right company, you get famous, you might have a better time. But most of the people who go to Florida, the guys who run those companies know that unless you're willing to do some really sick shit, you're probably just going to kind of fall into the abyss because there's thousands upon thousands of porn actors and actresses out there. And if you want to be a porn actor, you need a crazy dick. Not like a big dick you need a crazy dick, or you need to have a bunch of money and be the person who's doing all of the porn. But let's read some of these names, okay? If you listen to Just Another Horror Podcast, you've probably heard us talk about this person before and have an argument whether or not she's attractive. Daryl Hannah and Daryl Hannah. The only difference being the letter R. There's 2 R's in the porn star, Daryl Hannah. I'm looking at her now. Yeah, there's a bit of a difference there, I'd say. They're both blonde, at least. But, okay. Anyway, next one. James Dean and James Dean. I didn't know that the porn actors had special names. I guess that makes sense. Dirk Diggler and everything. Yeah, they have the same hairstyle anyway. I really don't want to look at that guy's junk much longer. Let's move on. Courtney Fox with 3 X's and Courtney Cox. Look them up. They don't look the same. Okay, Faye Runaway and Faye Dunaway? Runaway? Yeah, sure. All right. John E. Depth and Johnny Depp. Once again, it's going to be very hard to get these 2 confused. Wesley Pipes and Wesley Snipes. No, they don't look alike. Nikki Six and Nikki Six, or Ricky Six. Wait, no, yes, Ricky Six? Okay, Nikki Six and Ricky Six and Nikki Six. Now, don't tell me that Nikki Six hasn't been in a porn before. I mean, everybody in Motley Crue has gotten laid on camera, right? Tyra Banks with 3 X's and then Tyra Banks. The Tyra Banks with 3 X's kind of looks like Tyra Banks. Okay, I'll give you that one. They kind of look similar. Yeah, okay. April O'Neil and April O'Neil. Now, April O'Neil actually, apparently, according to what I'm looking at here, was in a porn that involved the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So ew, wait a minute, that's kind of gross. Ew. And finally, Olivia Wilde and Olivia Wilder. No, good for you. You one-upped her. I'm sure that she's really sad that she's not as wild as you and instead has an extremely successful career in actual movies. Okay, the second thing that I was told to do a video on was animals in zoos. This one I've always kind of had a personal thought on, which was that human beings are animals, and you don't see other animals of any kind anywhere at all in any capacity taking other animals and putting them in cages to look at. Now, yes, because we have consciousness, we are more advanced in some way, I guess, than animals. But the thing is, think about what we do with our advanced skills as a species. We kill each other over crap that we can just go get, but we can't share it, so we have to kill each other. I guess we kill each other because, unlike other animals, we have all the food we need, so we shouldn't be killing each other over food. Instead, we pick something else to kill each other over. We go to work all the food we ever needed is out there, but we would rather, sell our time for money. And then we take that money and we go look at animals in cages. I don't like zoos. For one thing, when you go there, the animals look fucking miserable. If you even see them, because half the time they're asleep. Even as a kid, I was bored out of my fucking mind at the zoo. The only fun part was eating food, because somewhere deep down inside, I am a fat motherfucker. Just, maybe, the fact that they keep endangered species alive is a good thing, in a way, but maybe nature was supposed to kill off those species. 99.9% of every animal on Earth, species on Earth, has been wiped out. So if its species is endangered, it's supposed to go. But we're like, no, we're God, and we really want to look at the cute white lion. I don't like zoos. They're stupid. They're not fun. I take my kid to the zoo. He's bored. I'm bored. Everybody's bored. The animals are bored and pissed because, they go from roaming the jungle to sitting on top of like a concrete makeshift shithole. But I guess it could be worse, right? I don't know. I don't know what animals think or if they think. I don't like zoos. I mean, that was a short answer, Daniel, but I don't like zoos. And finally, the guy who likes to challenge me with things that I really need to dig into, Nick, asked me why the speed limits are so low and where the money goes. Well, I can tell you where some of the money goes. This is according to Minnesota. I don't know every state, but in Minnesota, a lot of the money goes to a state fund. They use that money for things like education, domestic violence advocacy, and conservation projects. And if they had all the money that they got from speeding tickets in that state, they could pay 225 police officers' salaries. But there are several thousand police officers in that state, so they're not making as much money as you might think. As far as them being low, there are certain places where it's obvious that something is fucked up. If you come off an interstate, right? You come off of an interstate, you come off the exit. The interstates in Pennsylvania are 70 miles an hour. So you're probably doing about 79. You can get away with that. There's like a little bit of leeway here and there because of the errors that they take into consideration with the speedom or the speed equipment that they use to check the speeds. So you come off the interstate, you're doing like 79, and you come to a stop sign, you turn right, turn left onto a regular road, and immediately are met by 35 miles an hour. Now, there's no houses, there's no schools, there's nothing. It's just 35 miles an hour. And who's waiting right up the road? Oh, yeah, a police officer, a state trooper, to be precise, in the middle of a podunk town for no other reason than to catch somebody who has to cut their speed in half, and not everybody's going to do it. Maybe the money is needed to do certain things, to do certain projects. But is that really how you want to do it? Because you're not just talking about a fine here. You're talking about a 3-point penalty on your license. For what? You try driving on the interstate at 80 miles an hour for 3 hours, then come off that road and your brain immediately goes, all right, slow down. Your brain is fried from being on that interstate. You're staring at a road. You're staring at cars. You don't even remember half the trip. Your brain shuts it out. You come off the road and you got to cut your speed in half? Really? Give me a fucking break. Make it gradual. If you want to make it gradual, that would make more sense. Come off the interstate, you drop to 55, then 45, then 35. Or if you're coming off the interstate into, I don't know, a rural area with houses and schools, stuff like that, yeah, you need to slow down. But if you're in the middle of nowhere, on a straight road, not a curved road, not a backed road, a straight road that just came off the interstate, you're going to tell me that you're going to drop the speed limit to 35? Rules are rules. Fine. But don't you think you should maybe take a little bit of discretion? Let's say you're a police officer sitting there. It's 4:30 in the afternoon on a Wednesday, okay? And somebody comes flying by you at 90 miles an hour on a straight road. They're not weaving. They're probably not drunk because it's 4:30 in the afternoon. There's no one else on the road. You're going to pull them over? Why? Who are they hurting? Anyway, that's it. That's my rant. It's 3 different things. I hope I covered everything. We're going to be talking about Swedish gun laws and something else. I can't remember what, but we'll get to that next week. And if anybody has any more ideas, be sure to hit me up on the Facebook page, John Sequitur, or email the show. The new email is makesensejohn@gmail.com. So, see you later.